The woman was riding on her brother's shoulders, just to make herself taller so she could meet her blind date. Soon the man arrived at the meeting spot and complimented her on how pretty she was, though he noticed her unusual height. The woman explained she was just wearing high heels. Then she awkwardly shuffled over to her seat. The man kept praising her height when a phone rang, interrupting the conversation. The man left the table to take the call. The brother crawled out from under her skirt complaining about his aching back, asking the woman how much longer they had to keep this up. Right then the man came back and asked who this person was. The woman had no choice but to lie and say he was a homeless guy from the street. She pulled out some cash and handed it to him, telling her brother to get lost. The man got home and took off his rented suit. His makeup was completely removed, revealing his real face. Turns out he was just a poor driver who thought he could never measure up to such an elegant, sophisticated woman. Just then the nanny walked in, urging the man to give up the fantasy and stop pretending. If she really likes you, she'll accept you for who you really are. The next day while the woman was working on the street, she saw the man's car heading her way. She quickly put down her bucket, let down her hair, and pretended to be giving charity to a beggar. While the man was waiting at a red light, he also spotted the woman. He frantically took off his hat and tie, slipped off his boss's watch and put it on his own wrist, fixed his hair, and acted like he'd just run into her by chance. They had a brief chat, then when the light turned green he drove off. The woman didn't know how much longer she could keep up the act. A beggar took the opportunity to steal her tools. She felt even worse. The man got chewed out by his boss and was told to return the watch. The boss handed him his diamond ring, demanding he clean it. The weekend was the boss's wedding anniversary, so the man quickly agreed, saying no problem. Meanwhile, the woman brought a radio into a pawn shop and sold it for $30. Right then the man also showed up and exchanged a kettle for cash. The next day the two met at a restaurant as planned. During the date the man got a phone call and had to leave, saying when he came back he had a surprise for the woman. Right then, the brother crawled out from under her skirt again. When the woman heard surprise, she excitedly told her brother the man must be about to propose to her. Then she looked over at the man's jacket. The woman found the ring box and opened it, but she felt kind of insecure, afraid she wasn't good enough for the man. Her brother urged her to come clean with the truth. The woman had no choice but to write down a message on paper, then hurried out. When the man came back and found the empty seat, he read the note and figured the woman must have left because she discovered what he really looked like. The man was full of regret. From then on, the woman went back to being herself.